from next April, you will start to be required to keep your records digitally and send your 9 boxes of data to HMRC straight from your software package without taking it out and entering it into our VAT online portal, which many people do at the moment. So have a look on gov.uk for information. If you've got an accountant, talk to them. If you're using software and you've got a supported software package, talk to your software provider. Because if you want to stick with the same provider, you'll want to know when will their software be enabled for making tax digital, and that will tell you when you should get ready to join the pilot. The main thing, I think any business that's above the VAT threshold and any business that's employing somebody is probably already using some form of software or spreadsheet at the moment. So really understanding how much of what you're doing already gets you quite a long way there, and what, if any, extra things you might need to do. I think for people using software for VAT, a lot of the software is enabled already to translate into the 9 boxes of data. For businesses that are using their package in that way, they will probably notice very little change. The main change will be for people who've got a mixed approach to record keeping and who don't press the button on the software to send the data, they take it out and enter it separately. So those people will have some changes to make. So some people are keeping their records on spreadsheets now, and for those people, we know that in the marketplace there are providers who are looking at providing bridging software. So if someone's using a spreadsheet now and they don't want to switch to using a different type of software, there will be a solution for them, either for VAT or for income tax when it's mandated. However, the strong advice that I'm giving to people is if you're an accountant and you've got new clients joining, or you're newly setting yourself up in business, you should probably go digital first rather than use the spreadsheet, because the digital tools have within them a whole series of things that cut out the opportunity for errors, and they also, a lot of them offer other advice for businesses, managing creditors and debtors, creating invoices. So obviously people must choose what's right for them and their business, but I think it would be a shame if new businesses decided to use a spreadsheet rather than moving on to a digital form of keeping their records, simply because digital offers a lot more of a full service for a business, but of course the choice is for the business. So we've been very clear that each mandated service will have a soft landing, and that means that we won't penalise people for getting things wrong for the first year, and really that gives people a year to get used to it. Of course, if people join the pilot service, they have longer than a year to get used to it. So we're also encouraging people not to wait till the last minute to join the VAT service. So what a soft landing means really is that we won't penalise people for for not keeping their records digitally and or not sending their data in the agreed API format. Of course, there's a risk that some people might think, oh well, I'll spend another year getting ready. Our experience from introducing other mandated services is that generally that doesn't happen, and that a combination of accountants and tax advisors who support businesses themselves who our research shows want to get things right, so won't willfully ignore the fact that something's changing, and just a general sense that HMRC are policing this process. That usually leads to pretty good take-up and abiding of the rules. But of course there'll be some businesses that might take a bit longer to get things right, and they'll have the soft landing to benefit from. So we're really keen to get more sole traders to join the income tax pilot. People will probably remember that our minister decided to give people more time to prepare for making tax digital for income tax, for business income tax. And so as a result of that, the sort of enthusiasm and momentum of people to join dulled a little bit, and people turned their focus to VAT. But he was equally clear that the direction of travel is set, and that 2020 at the earliest would be the time that income tax might come into the mandated service. And so we're really keen that people would start now thinking about keeping their records digitally, think about what type of software or app might work for them, and we'd like them to join the pilot. If they don't join the pilot, we'd really like them to start to keep their records using software or an app, because that will be the best transition, get into the hang of doing that, so that as and when MTD is mandated for more taxes, they've already done the hard part.